I'm sure all of you are tired of having no self-steer and the car just being very hard to drive. Well, there's finally a solution that completely solves this issue and makes the car a blast to drive. So the number one issue with the S550 Mustang platform is the steering. It's the number one thing that everybody complains about. It's the number one thing that is basically what makes the car special, but also makes the car extremely hard to drive. So naturally, with any car that you would drift, especially if it has a hydraulic system, the car is going to self-steer. It's going to steer according to the way that you move in the car, and it's going to react according to how you want the car to move when you're in drift. So basically, the wheel's going to spin by itself, and you just have to know when to catch it and when to make adjustments. But with the S550 Mustang, with this electronic steering rack, from my understanding, I guess the car has a bunch of coding in it and development to kind of keep you safe when you're driving normal and kind of prevent the car from oversteering or understeering. So it kind of, I guess the car is always thinking that you're drifting, but I guess the car is basically trying to stop you from doing that. Even with, like the ABS and ABS fuse or the dyno plug unplugged so you turn traction control all the way off. The car is always trying to hinder you from driving. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The whole point of that is to keep you safe. It's just we're doing something that the car wasn't really necessarily designed to do, so you can't fault the car for that. The car not having much self-steer is a huge challenge for everyone who decides to get into this platform, and it's pretty much a deal breaker for a lot of people because you basically have to tell the car what to do and you have to basically force it to do everything. So with that said, like I said, that feature of the car is what makes it so different, what makes it special, but it's also its downfall. And like I said in the previous video, I mentioned that we got a mod to help with that situation. And believe it or not, it has nothing to do with suspension. It doesn't have anything to do with any mechanical means. It's actually an electronic. And the guy that actually created this, his name is Jeff Williams. You guys might remember him from my channel. He was actually my first part sponsor for my first angle kit from his company, the Mustang Factory. He created the dual arm cut knuckle angle kit for my car, and we had an amazing time with it. Jeff Williams, he went back into the lab at his house and whatnot, and he had been told me, he feels like the electronic steering rack is much better. And a lot of people have been going to the hydraulic rack on this car, converting it to S197 steering rack. And I was going to do that, but the only problem with it for me was that I didn't really want another system on my car that could cause me issues or potential failures, because now you have to deal with hydraulic lines, you have to deal with hydraulic fluid, the coolers for that, because you can be steering a lot, so it's going to make it hot. Jeff, he created this module and a software where you can actually tune the actual steering rack. And being able to tune the electronic steering rack in the S550 has always been a rumor for a very long time, but now we actually have someone that actually did it. And if you think that I'm lying and that is not true, he already has a couple people that have tried it out. Shout out to Dez. Check out his Instagram. He's a phenomenal driver. The dude is extremely aggressive. Probably one of the best S550 drivers that I've seen, in my opinion. So check out his clip right here. So as you can see in his clip, the car self-steers by itself. He can keep his hands down. He don't have to do all this arm work like we usually have to do. He can just be like this, just grab, catch, make adjustments whenever he needs to, just very smooth. And he's at Apple Valley Speedway, and that's a pretty aggressive track to drive on, and it just looks like he's on a Sunday drive. And plus, that's a testament to how good he is as a driver as well. But he is running this device in software. So essentially what it is just a little module, like OBD2 style module. And you're going to use your computer and an OBD2 EX link, and Jeff is going to give you a flash tune to flash from your computer onto this device, and then this device has control wires, which is going to go to the control plug on your electronic rack. So with that said, what you're going to do, you're going to actually unplug the original control wires that's in your rack and just zip tie it up out of the way, and then you're going to plug this new module into it. And what I did, I ran the wires up above the steering rack, and then I followed the harness up to the fuse box, all you do, it has like a ground wire and a power wire. So I just ran my ground wire to the bare ground, pretty much by the passenger strut tower, and then I extended the power wire just a little bit to run into the fuse box, and I end up using fuse 38. So what you're looking for a fuse that only turns on when the key is on, basically. So the way that you can test that, you can take a meter, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna put the black lead onto chassis ground, and then you're gonna put the power positive lead to a fuse terminal or on the fuse when the car is off, and you're gonna see that the fuse has power or doesn't have power. If it doesn't have power, then that means that the key has to be on for it to have power, which is what you want. So now the next thing you gotta figure out is which side of the fuse or terminal that the power is coming in from. And this is important because you gotta figure out which way you need to orient your fuse tap if you're going to use that. So now I go into the car, press the button, turn the power on, and then now I go and test it again. Put the black lead on the ground, and then put the positive lead into the terminal, and I see, and in the S550 Mustang, or at least in mine, if you're facing in the engine bay, the left terminal gets no power, but the right terminal is the one that's getting 12 volts. So it means they need to have your fuse tap facing away from you, and I'm gonna show you that in a second. So here's a fuse tap. This isn't the one that I use because our fuses in the S550 Mustang are bigger than this. And I think if you go to AutoZone or something like that, it's considered an ATM fuse tap, which is the one I used. So what you want with this fuse tap, for it to actually protect both circuits that you're trying to, since you're adding a circuit to it, you basically want the power to go through this terminal. It's going to go straight up, and then it's going to go out. You don't want it to come in through here this way and then out, because now it's basically in series instead of them running parallel. So now you're not getting full protection if you run it that way. Since I discovered in the car that the right terminal is the one that gets the power, I can basically put the fuse, or put this fuse tap in there like this. You know, if I'm facing, where I'm looking is facing the car. And you're gonna put your original fuse on the bottom and your new fuse on the top. The fuse terminal that I tapped into had a 20 amp on there, so I just put a 20 amp on the top. And like I said, this is not the one I used. The fuses are bigger than this. So like I said, if you go to AutoZone, it'd be considered ATM, was the acronym that I saw for it. Just make sure you pay attention to the fuse and its forks before you buy these. So now once you have your fuse tap in there, now you're going to strip your positive wire off of the module wires, and then you're going to just crimp it onto here and make sure it's nice and tight, and then you can pretty much figure out how you want to route the wires into the fuse box, and then you should be good after that. So next thing you're going to do, you're going to hit up Jeff, and you're going to get on a call with him, and he's going to work out the computer things with you, and he's going to give you a tune to flash onto the module. Now the module where you want to mount it really depends on you. I couldn't really think of a good place to mount it, so I just kind of like zip tied it in front of the fuse box for now until I can figure out a better spot for it. But I haven't got my tune just yet, but we will soon. So this is just a little preliminary video to show you guys how I wired it up and how we got into the car. So on one of the next episodes, it'll be us testing it out and seeing how it feels. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because this is gonna be, like I said, this is definitely a mod that every S550 Mustang driver should get. It's electronic. The price is gonna be roughly like, I think like $800. So you get the module, and then you get the tune and the software and all that stuff, a whole bunch of computer stuff. But that definitely beats, you know, paying $1,500 to $2,000 trying to source a whole bunch of parts to go to a hydraulic rack, which can be, like I said, in my opinion, another failure point. Sure, I'm sure it works great for a lot of you guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'm gonna stick with the ebrake. And I'll show you guys in the next video how this all turns out.